Can you capture really awesome still photos with your GoPro inside? Hey, this is Meredith from VidProMom.com, and I have been trying to get better at shooting still photos with my GoPro. I use my GoPro camera a lot indoors, so getting a great still photo inside with my GoPro is pretty challenging. So I have some tips and tricks for you how you can capture some great indoor photos with your GoPro for holiday get-togethers or Christmas morning, for example. And I'm also going to show you how you can improve your photos with editing. So first of all, GoPros love light. They love natural light. So anytime that you want to shoot something inside, it's best if you try to get them in front of a window or near a window or a sliding glass door or something where you have lots of natural light flooding into the room and over your subject. Second of all, you want to have a subject that is holding still. So a bunch of kids running around, probably not going to make for the best photo. And thirdly, you might want to put your GoPro on a tripod or some kind of a stable surface so that it's not jiggling or moving in your hand. So jump onto my computer with me and I will show you just a few quick editing tips that you can do, anybody can do. They're so easy and it will greatly improve your GoPro still photos. So what this is Lightroom, which is made by Adobe, and this is a professional video editing software. You don't have to use professional software to edit your GoPro photos. I just do it because this is how I normally edit my photos. So as an example, I took some example photos this past weekend. So this photo here was taken inside. This is my daughter playing with her cousins. They're playing with Shopkins. By the way, if you are going to be doing any Christmas shopping for anybody in the age range of like 4 to 10, then I recommend you go to Target or Walmart or Amazon.com and buy Shopkins. They're gonna love them. They're like all the rage. I took these photos indoors with my GoPro Hero 3 Plus, and I don't have a 4, so I have a 3 Plus, which means I don't have ProTune available as, you know, in the photo setting. So if you have a GoPro Hero 4, then you might want to play with taking still photos with ProTune on. I just don't have that option. So this is a photo that has already been edited to be a little bit brighter, and here you can see the before and after. So it's a little bit darker, the colors aren't really as vibrant, and this side it looks more like an actual nice photo. So here's another example. As I said previously, you want to make sure that the subject you're taking a picture of isn't moving around a whole lot, and this is the reason why. You're going to get blur if they're moving around. So this is a GoPro photo that is straight out of the camera, out of my Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. So this is kind of dark, and I have some natural light in the room, but the sun has really gone down and it's not really helping any. And then I have this yellow lamp over here. So it's a dark picture and it's also kind of yellow. So what I'm going to do is show you exactly what we would do to edit it. And we only just need to tweak a few things. And these are things that you can edit in any photo editing program that you have. So first of all, we want to try to adjust the white balance. And I'm going to do that here with a little dropper tool. I don't know if there's anything here that's really going to be neutral enough. We could do this. Kind of makes things a little bit on the blue side. I can turn the temperature down just a touch. And then we definitely want to play with the exposure a little bit. We want to, if I go too far, then it's way blown out. But maybe somewhere around there so it's not so dark. And then if we do that, we might want to either bump the contrast up or down. We can play with it and just kind of see how it looks. Now, I will tell you that I am not a fan of photographs that are super edited. So I don't want to go too far with these. And then you can adjust highlights and shadows, whites and blacks if you want, but I'm not going to do it in this example. So we can compare our before and after, and you can see there's quite a difference. This is supposed to be a white slipcover on the couch, and so it's definitely not white over here. It's like yellowish, tannish, brownish, something that's definitely not white. So, and the reason is because this light, this lamp right here is yellow. And so indoor lamps like that are going to give kind of a yellowish tinge. So there's our before and after of that particular photo. Now, I'm going to show you how to edit that exact photo without using professional software. So in your browser window, you're going to go to PicMonkey.com, PICmonkey.com, and you don't have to sign up for anything. You can just go to edit, and it's going to ask you for a file. I have one right on my desktop. It's the exact same picture that I was just editing. So we're going to go back to our before picture here. So what we're going to do here, the first thing we want is to go to colors, because this is where we can adjust the white balance. And if I click auto adjust, it says it did something. I don't know what it did, but we can click neutral picker, and what that's going to do, we can click on the same spot that we clicked in the other one. And what it did was kind of bring out the blues a little bit and make those yellows not so yellow. So it is a little bit on the blue side here, but we can adjust that with the temperature. Just bring it back up just a touch. So once we've done that, then we can go over to exposure. We can bring up our brightness a little bit. We can bring up some highlights a little bit maybe, and maybe bring down the shadows just a touch, because you do want your shadows to be shadowy. And let's see what we can do with contrast. If you go too far with contrast, you can really make the picture look just way over edited. So usually you may not need to mess with contrast at all. And we're going to click apply. And then let's see if I just put this down. I just want to see what it looks like compared to what I did in my professional editing software. If you look at her face, it's not too bad. It really looks pretty good. Either way, it for sure looks better than the original version by far. So, so that's how you can do that in PicMonkey. It's completely free, and when you are done with this, you can click save, and it's just going to ask you what do you want to name it. This is just the quality level, and then you would click save to my computer. It's going to ask you where, and we'll just add a little letter there, and then you'll have it right on your computer once it's done crunching. So there's our after, and here's our before. Before, after. And this is the one that was done with PicMonkey. And next I want to show you real quick how you can actually just do this on your phone, and then you don't even need to use a computer. Okay, so here I am in Instagram, and I want to work on this photo here. I shot this with my GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition right after I got it actually. And over here on the right hand side, there is actually a really big window with lots of natural light coming in. So this is a great example of how you want to do your photos inside. You really want to capitalize on the natural light, but we're going to see what we can do to make this even better in Instagram here. So we're not going to add any filters or anything like that. We're just going to keep it the normal thing here. And then we're going to go to this little wrench, and we can adjust the brightness a little bit, bring it up just a touch. And then if we need to, we can play with the contrast I don't think we really need to mess with it a whole lot. And then if you need to, you can adjust the warmth. Now, if you recall, when I was in PicMonkey and Lightroom, the lamp that was in the room is really making the photo look very yellow. So this is where you would adjust the warmth. So go this way to make it blue and this way to make it more yellow. So this one's actually pretty good. I think it's pretty well balanced. If you take a look at the milk jug on the top right, or if you take a look at the sweater over on the left, those things are actually white and they're supposed to be white. So we're good with the warmth. And you can play with all these other things. You don't really have to. You may want to bump up the highlights depending on how dark your photo is. But for the most part, the rest of this, you can monkey with that if you want to. But we just want to make the photo look pretty good if it was taken inside with a GoPro. So here's a photo that I just recently posted on Instagram. And this one was also shot with a GoPro. This is me trying on a pair of $1,200 cowgirl boots in Nashville. And yes, they're purple. They were pretty awesome. I didn't buy them. I just tried them on. So this is a picture that is really kind of suffering from lack of light. So let's see what we can do to edit it. I'm going to go to the wrench. I'm going to bring up the brightness a little bit. We don't want to lose the contrast, so we can actually bring the contrast up a bit. To me, this is way too much. You can look at the wood grain in the floor, and as long as you can see some grain, I think you'll be good. And then the warmth, let's see. We don't want to make it any bluer, but if we look at anything in the picture that's white, like those boxes in the back, we want to make sure those actually look like the color white. So I think that's good. And I'm not going to mess with the saturation or anything like that. We can bring the brightness up, and that doesn't really do a whole lot for us. And so there it is. That's how we would edit a GoPro still photo in Instagram. If your photos are a little too dark or just a little bit off with the coloring, it's really, really easy to do on your computer or right on your phone. So that's it. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you will be posting any of your GoPro still photos on Instagram, then I really hope that I get to see them. So definitely follow me, VidProMom, on Instagram, and tag your photos VidPro Family. That way I can keep track of that hashtag and I don't miss anything that you have posted. See ya.